Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are
TwoPaperGirls.
Today we're going to do our December wrap-up.
My wrap-up is quite pitiful, but Amy's read a lot.
I read 5 books.
I've read 1.5, but let's just get into it.
It's been Christmas. The first play that I read, the first text that I read in December was The Doll's House by Henry Kissinger. We had to read this for a drama theatre performance module. It's about naturalism. It's about realism.
It's like a modern play.
Yeah. It's one of the first ones
Yeah.
of its genre. It's like EastEnders, so it's not really a big deal now, but when it was written and performed, it was quite a shocker.
I didn't get round to reading this because I lost motivation at the end of term, basically. I just wanted it to be Christmas, so...
I didn't really like it anyway.
Yeah, that put me off as well.
Because it was quite just boring. Because it feels like normal how it is now, because it was like a revolution for the time. Now when we're reading it, I didn't appreciate it, really. Maybe I should have. But I give it like 2.5 stars.
One of the books I half read in December was My True Love Gave to Me, which I'm pretty sure you've heard of. It's the collection of the Christmas stories, edited by Stephanie Perkins. I read the first 2 and I liked them, but I just kind of really wasn't... I was in a book slump and I wasn't in the mood for contemporary, but I just wanted to read it before Christmas. But it just didn't happen, and I don't want to read it now Christmas has passed, so I'll read it next year.
The next book I got around to reading was Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I had this in my resolutions. I don't remember, but I wanted to read this so badly, and I'm so happy I did. It was pretty much like the film, apart from the characters were sweet, and it's really thick, and everything happened the same, and there was like the dinosaurs. It was really good. This book gets 5 stars.
The only complete book that I read in December was Schizo by Nick Sheff. I'm actually going to review this soon because I have quite a few things to say about it. But yeah, I got this for Christmas and it had short chapters. It just looked like a quick read, so I thought it helped me get me out of my reading slump a bit. And it was really good, but I did have some issues with it, but I'll talk about that in my review. But I give it 3.5 stars.
The next book I read was a reread. I don't know why, I just felt like I wanted to read another book. I come home from university, thought, I don't want to read another university book, what should I read?
Yeah.
I need to read Looking for Alaska, I haven't read it this year.
Yeah.
So I read Looking for Alaska by John Green. It was as brilliant as I remembered it. There was tears, and as always,
That's weird.
it gets 5 stars.
My next book, which I sort of read, was Lyrical Ballads and Other Poems by William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge. This is for my current coursework, and yeah, it was good. I haven't technically read it cover to cover, but I've done that much reading for my essay that I basically have read a book about this. Yeah, the poems are good, but when you do it for coursework, you don't really read it to enjoy it. So, I don't know, 3 stars.
The next book I read was another reread. It's All My Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman. My favourite tiny book of all time. It's awesome, this book, because this is the 10th year edition and it's added 32 more superheroes at the end, which was just so cool. I got really excited. It's really good. The story's the same, but as always, it's perfect. I would recommend this to anyone. It gets 5 stars. It was a lovely quick reread.
Following reading Schizo, I wanted another quite quick book to get me out of my reading slump, so I picked up The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, which I don't have with me right now. And I read the first 50 pages and I didn't get on with it because the story was okay, but it's written, I think it's like a middle grade book. It's written quite simply, just very much like he did this and then he did this and then this happened, and I just don't get along with that writing style. It's nothing against Neil Gaiman. I'm sure he's fab, like everyone says, but I put it down for now.
The last book I read in December was The Assassin's The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Laura loves this book.
I do.
And now I love this book too. I really wanted to read it because we have this thing where if we love a book, we don't read it.
Doesn't want to read it.
But I was like, no, I'm going to read this because it looked bloody awesome. And it was. Like, it was just fab. Like, the short stories were awesome because I read one and I was like, I want to read the next one. And then before I knew it, I was halfway through. And it just tears your little heart apart, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And I've got Thrown a Glass. It's Laura's, but it's there, and I'm going to read it soon. Assassin's Blade was fabulous. It's been a brilliant month of reading. It gets 5 stars. So that's the end of our December wrap-up.
We hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you've read any of these books, leave a comment down below.
Yeah, we'd love to know what you think, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.